right, and hello and welcome to Punters Inside Run. This is the drive-through version if you haven't seen it before, because we got Mick Sharkie. Hello, Sharkie, how are you? And we better establish where you are because it's not in a drive-through.
Hello, Matty. Yeah, I'm at Inglis at Oakland's Junction for the last day of the Great Southern Sale. So the last of the weanlings are going through, getting sold behind us as we speak, and then we've got the broodmares later on this afternoon. So the last of the sales season, the Inglis Great Southern Sale. It's been a very long season at this point. There's a lot of tired-looking vendors getting around.
Well, who knows, mate? Maybe some of these sales today might end up at Eagle Farm on a day like this weekend, Stradbroke Day. What a fantastic day's racing. Lots of prize money up for grabs. You've got group racing everywhere. And the Straddy, well, it's a beauty. It always is. One of the best races in Australia. What do you think this year? Think about it. Can it take another step up?
I'm hoping so. Look, we've been with Think About It, haven't we, all through this preparation. Even last preparation, last spring we were in his corner. He's a horse that just keeps getting the job done. He's so effective. I love his racing style, whether it's forward or midfield or forward and midfield. He just settles, relaxes, and then he finishes off. And, he's got a great turn of foot at the end of his races. I think he's up to this class. I think a handicap Stradbroke is the right test for him at Group 1 level for the first time. So I'm with him. I think Aft Cabin might be the forgotten horse.
Yeah.
And Kevin McAvoy up until last week was something of a forgotten jockey, wasn't he? Until he went absolutely Burko in Sydney and racked up the winners. So beware of Aft Cabin and Karen McAvoy. And you could have 10 picks for a third place getter or another chance in this race, couldn't you? But I really hope that Cardinal Gem runs a big race for Graham Begg. It's been a preparation just built around this race. I really hope that the horse goes and justifies that confidence for Graham and runs a big race.
Yeah, you'd love it just a little bit wetter for Cardinal Gem, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's probably true. And the sun is shining up there in Brisbane at the moment, 24 degrees today. I think similar tomorrow, so you're going to be on pretty good ground.
What about some of the other big races at Eagle Farm? You've got the JJ Atkins, which is a beauty. You've got the Q22, which sounds like a restaurant, but there it is. And you've got the Brisbane Cup over the traditional 2 miles. Anything out of those major races take your fancy?
Look, I'm working around the Brisbane Cup a little bit. I want to focus on the Q22 and also the Atkins. I think in the Atkins, Tannhauser, James McDonald's been talking this horse up for a little while. Might have dined with the Newgate crew last night, and they're looking forward to seeing this horse go and race on the weekend. They're very confident about him. I think if there's an upset, it's going to be Congregation. 2 for 2. Very raw and green, but there's an engine there, and I think the more racing this fella does, the better he'll get. So in the Atkins, they're the way that I'm going. In the Q22, Without a Fight was so dominant last time, wasn't he? And I think that's the performance that we all thought he'd put in on Melbourne Cup Day last year. The wet track wasn't in his favour. He gets back on top of the ground, and we see the real Without a Fight. So he's your obvious top pick. But a few people, I think, missed the run of non-conformers back in the field. He was out of touch with them at the 800. Really got going late. We know he's a quality horse. He's around sort of $16 or $18. I think he's a good each-way saver in the race.
I totally agree with you Without a Fight. I think it's the best bet on the card. It absolutely left them standing still once it got clear. And just that extra 400 metres, the extra distance, getting out to the 2200. We know what this horse can do from overseas, getting out to even greater distance. So I think Without a Fight's going to be, if it's anything like what we saw last time, I just can't see it losing. I think it's the best of the day up there. Any other best bets at Eagle Farm before we move on to your best at Sandown?
That's probably me covered at Eagle Farm. But yeah, at Sandown, we're on a heavy track at the moment. There's been some rain Friday morning. I think we'll probably be in that heavy 8, soft 7 range. So really looking to horses that can get their toe into the ground. In race 4, it's a mare's race. Frigid is third up into this race. Probably apt for this time of year, isn't it, too, with some cold weather at Sandown. But it's third up. Goes on the wet tracks really well, and I think it's building towards a win, and I think it'll get the job done. And it was around about that sort of $4.60 to $5 I've seen it trading. I think that's a fair price.
It's a fairly even betting race, isn't it, that one? I've just, as we all have, we've all been impressed with JK Ann for Paddy Payne. He's had the 2 runs at the 2,400 metres, absolutely destroyed them last by over 6 lengths with something left in hand. Yes, it goes up in grade, but probably deserves to. Given what we've seen, and we get this sort of heavy track. And I think this time of year, if you're with Paddy Payne, a heavy track, and Billy Egan, it's not a bad formula.
Very, very good formula, particularly at Sandown.
All right, mate. Well, you continue to shop. Come back with some good bargains, and happy punting on the weekend.
Thanks, Matty. Good luck. Good luck to everyone having a bet.
Punters Inside Run, sort of our drive-through version, but we've found some winners, I'm sure. See you next time.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.